has, but I haven't spent much time in North Florida. I've mainly just been down south.
No. They live in South Florida, though, because their reservations are all separated. They own the entire Hard Rock brand, Hard Rock portfolio, like Hard Rock Cafe, Hard Rock casinos, and Hard Rock hotels. That's why
it's all Seminole.
Yep. That's why, Governor Rick Scott, the Interstate Compact, he's trying to give it away to Sheldon Adelson and Genting Group, which Genting Group is a Malaysian gamer, and whenever you go to Vegas, Sheldon Adelson owns the Venetian at Palazzo. Well, he doesn't own it. It's a publicly traded company, but he's a chairman. So they're trying to put 2 casinos right on South Beach, but the Seminole Tribe of Florida, they kind of got the state of Florida kind of by the short hairs. And I say that because I think at the High Lie and the dog tracks that they used to have, or what was it? They put in the games. They put games in their gambling games they're not supposed to. The Seminoles and the Micosukis, they were supposed to have exclusive gaming there. So they kind of violated their contract. So they knew within about the next 6 months that the Interstate Compact was going to come up. So Interstate Compact's basically how we pay our tax. So we had to pay, like the state of Florida, 18 to 22%. So they get 18 to 22% right off the top. But they had known for quite a few years that Genting Group and that Sheldon Adelson had been entertaining. Anyway.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know the history of why is it that Native Americans run casinos? Like, what?
Bigger level. And
oh my God, can you tell me about that?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, being that this is the first time I kind of know you, I don't think it's really,
right. Yeah.
I don't really think
that's
it's
okay.
I don't think it's like. I think maybe it's probably best if, because the custom, the way that I've been taught, is that if somebody wants to know something, they have to give something up. Like, that's why I say, bring me some tobacco and just become a student. Just listen. But you have to understand, in the European tradition, most people, whenever they ask for something or advice or something, most people don't realize that most people give people advice rather than solutions. But if you're willing to give up something and you study a person, you say, hey, look, I know their value systems. This is something they value. You don't come empty-handed. You say, hey, here's some tobacco, like Tops tobacco, or like just a little deal of tobacco, because that means that when we put that tobacco out, we're asking the creator things. But what day were you thinking of? Because I know Thursday I got to head out to Oklahoma. My sister's getting married.
We could do Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get back to you. I'm gonna have to.
What gym do you work out at?
Extreme Couture and Syndicate.
What is it called? Extreme what?
Extreme Couture, which is Randy Couture's gym, and then Syndicate. Syndicates, they've changed their name a couple of different times.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to give you more information because, so as you can see, it's Saturday, and we're coming there next week. Things have been kind of crazy for us on the producer end. We're a very small team. There's like 3 of us producers, and everything we do is for George.
Mm-hmm. Were you the
that's like our number one.
Were you the producer?
I'm one of the producers, yeah.
You were the producer on, what was it, the Kardashians, and then I think 2 other ones. I think I looked you up on IMDb.
Oh, my first job ever was on Kardashians. I grew up in Florida, and I always wanted to be a producer or a writer. And then the Kardashians came to town, and I got a job on that as an assistant.
Sure.
So that was my first job, yeah.
What part of Florida are you
from? And then I'm from West Palm Beach.
Right on. Did you ever get a chance to meet any of the Seminole Tribe of Florida?
Go where?
Did you ever get to meet some of the Seminoles down there?
I haven't, no.
Utah, California, San Diego, or I'm sorry, California, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, parts of Wyoming, and even parts of Colorado used to be Mexico, and then it made sense from there. But I mean, even that George wants to come to Vegas, I mean, technically we're on his land. I mean, most people may think it's like 2017. The truth is that, like, even us as traditional natives, we get told that time isn't really real. It's just that the European side, they wanted to control stuff. So years ago, it started with sun up to sundown, and then they got people to believe in the calendar. Then they got people to believe in time watches, and the only way that they could do that was that they wanted to turn field workers, and then they wanted them to, they wanted to be the boss of everything. The truth is, years ago, as natives, we had buffaloes. So people like you and me, we may not go on a buffalo hunt, but the truth is, for the opportunity, because we're in different time zones all day long. And the truth is, it doesn't matter if you have to touch down in, like, Hawaii or China or wherever it may be. When you're awake, you do work in the entertainment industry. So it's kind of like going after a buffalo hunt. You're going after your food. The truth is, it doesn't matter in an 8-hour day or a 12-hour, 14-hour, 24-hour day. I mean, I've been a professional athlete for 31 years. So I just know that whenever I'm awake, I work. And sometimes it might be at 4 a.m. in the morning or whatever. But some of those old stories, they go way back.
Interesting. Let me ask you a couple questions.
What's up?
So, do you ever do sweat lodges?
Yes, we actually have one in Vegas. It's the only one.
What's it called? It's not with Tom Frank, is it?
No.
Do you think that you would have time, or that it would be possible to take George to a sweat lodge this week?
I would have to call the guy. It's his house. I'm also getting ready for Sundance. Sundance was illegal until 1978. We get these piercings in our chest and in our back, though, and they rip them out because a man doesn't have a moon. They don't have a period. So it's kind of purification ceremony on kind of a